chapters we will learn: 1. Origin and nature of pharmaceutical legislation in India. 2. Development of pharmacy profession in India. 3. The Pharmacy Act, 1948. 4. Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940, and Rules, 1945. 5. Drugs and Magic Remedies, Objectionable Advertisements, Act, 1954 and Rules, 1955. 6. Medicinal and Toilet Preparations Act, 1955 and Rules, 1956. 7. Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act, 1985 and Rules, 1985. 8. Drugs and Price Control Order, 1995. 9. Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act, 1971. 10. Poison Act. First sessional exams covers: origin and nature of pharmaceutical legislation in India, development of pharmacy profession in India, principle and significance of professional ethics, Pharmacy Act 1948, drugs, price control, Order 1995. Second sessional exams covers: Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940, and Rules, 1945. Poison Act. In second sessional there is only 2 chapters, because Drugs and Cosmetics Act is a big chapters in all syllabus. Third sessional exams covers: Medicinal and Toilet Preparations, Excise Duties, Act, 1955. The Drug and Magic Remedies Act 1954. Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act 1971.
What is pharmaceutical jurisprudence, PHJ? In simple words, pharmaceutical jurisprudence is a branch or subject of pharmacy in which there is a complete information and rule regarding the production and dispensing of medicine. It also provides information about penalties and offenses. Pharmaceutical jurisprudence is the branch of pharmacy that deals with various legislation pertaining to drugs and pharmaceuticals and to the profession of pharmacy. During ancient times, the physicians were involved in the practice of pharmacy. Soon they appointed the assistants, called as apothecaries, for dispensing of the drugs. The profession of pharmacy began with apothecaries. Persons who were really practicing pharmacies in England were grouped as chemists and druggists. Realizing the need of permanent organization, they established Pharmaceutical Society of Great Britain. Origin and nature of pharmaceutical legislation in India. Reasons for sustained growth of Indian pharmaceutical industry. 1. Competent workforce. 2. Cost-effective chemical synthesis. 3. Legal and financial framework. 4. Information and technology growth. 5. Globalization. 6. Consolidation of domestic market. Brief introduction to the chapters. There are main 6 chapters which we will going to learn. Also some introductory chapters are there, that are not listed here but are also important. Drugs and Cosmetics Act, 1940. As per the recommendations of DEC, to control the import, manufacture, distribution and sale of drugs and cosmetics, Drugs and Cosmetics Act, 1940 came into existence. The Pharmacy Act, 1948. The need of the qualified and trained pharmacists and their registration to respective councils was re-emphasized by the Health and Development Committee, 1945, constituted under the chairmanship of Justice Bohr. The foundations were laid for the Pharmacy Act based on the recommendations of Drugs Inquiry Committee and Health Survey and Development Committee. The Pharmacy Act, 1948, came into existence with the objective to regulate the profession and business of pharmacy. Drugs and Magic Remedy, Objectionable Advertisements, Act, 1954. The uncontrolled and unrestricted advertisements related to drugs and medicines were freely published, making obscene, false and exaggerated claims for their medicines. Hence, Drugs and Magic Remedy, Objectionable Advertisements, Act, 1954 came into existence with the objective to control and prohibit such advertisements of drugs which makes false claim for the drug or which gives the misleading information about the drug.
Medicinal and Toilet Preparations Act, 1955. Alcohol is the important solvent in pharmaceutical industry. Each state had different sets of excise rules and different rates of duties on alcohol. To provide for the levy and uniform collection of duties of excise on the medicinal and toilet preparations, Medicinal and Toilet Preparations Act, 1955 came into existence. Drugs and Price Control Order, 1970. Drugs and Price Control Order, 1970 came into existence to fix the maximum sale price of bulk drugs and to fix the retail sale price of the formulations in order to avoid the huge profiteering in drug manufacturing and distribution. The prices of life-saving drugs were brought under direct control of government. Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act, 1985. To protect society from the dangers of addictive drugs, the Parliament enacted Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act, 1985. This act came into existence to control the various operations relating to the narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances.
Important key point to make the PHJ understanding easy. Study the subject like a historical story way. Read and take notes for every points which we will going covers in next all sessions. Maintain a separate notebook for the notes and assignments. Make a section in the notebook for the hard phrases or words and keep it reading. Keep in mind a good vocabulary will help you to understand this subject easily.